Oh, sorry. Hello. I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize that I've muted. I muted just now, and I forgot to unmute when I started the stream. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, ROA. Hello, Dr. FFFU. Sorry guys. There is a slight. There was a slight stream delay of 20 minutes. Cool build. Yes, it's a temple. It's a amphitheater style thing. You can fight in the sand area. It's basically like a pit. We're gonna do something else today, though. We're gonna do something else. I know what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna kill my world's lag, which would be a really cool thing to do. It would be a really cool thing to do. I'll be back in a minute. I do apologise, guys. My mic has gone really quiet. There we go. Let's just up the decibels back on my mic. There we go. I cannot read the live stream right now. The live chat's disappeared. There we go. This Christmas is fun. Cool. Once they add ray tracing to but they have added ray tracing to Bedrock. They have added ray tracing to Bedrock. You only don't have. They have. Vibrant Visuals is ray tracing. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I do apologise. I had to quickly nip AFK. What did I come up here for? Because there's a reason why I come up here. There we go. So, I've built this room here. I've built this place. Hello, Aura Belly. Welcome to the stream. Is this going down again? Well, the problem with Manchester, what I would say about Manchester United or Belly is their problem is the fact that they spent millions of pounds on players for the last. They've spent hundreds of millions on players for the last few years, and Yeah, I think Man United's major problem is the fact that you destroyed the youth academy. Man United destroyed their youth academy. Literally, you had Beckham, Scholes, Ince, Giggs, the Neville brothers all come through. All those great players that came through. And then Man United changed to just buying other people's great players. And now it's sort of bit Manchester United on the ass. Doing that has sort of bitten Manchester United on the ass now, because it's sort of that's bitten Manchester United on the ass now, because they can't tempt. There's a creeper behind you. No, there's not. There's definitely not, because I'm in peaceful. That's bitten them on the ass now, because there is nobody wants to go there. Minecraft Nintendo Switch looks like old version of Minecraft, because it is the old version of Minecraft. Oh, that worked perfectly. Perfect. So that's literally it. That is, I think that's Man United's problem, or Belly. It's the fact that they've wasted money over the years. Like when they bought Bruno Fernandes, I said to a friend of mine that was a Man United fan, I said typical Manchester United, they've overspent again. Which obviously I was wrong there. He's been a really good player for Manchester United. But Man United's major thing was they always used to overspend on players. That was what I think Man United's problem was, is the fact that they used to always overspend on players. Like David Moyes had it right. David Moyes, when he was there, he sort of did the right thing. He started trying to slowly rebuild Manchester United, but the problem he had was that he wasn't given any money to actually rebuild it. They've turned around and backed all their other managers since, but they've wasted money but they've wasted that money. As an example, what David Moyes wanted to do at Manchester United was he was trying to bring in young players that they could rely on, that they could use for the next many years. But that is the problem. That was the problem with Manchester United at the time. They couldn't understand at the time that the old ways were gone, and that they had an aging squad, and that's the problem with them now. I think that's partially their problem now. I think they've gone full circle to the point that they've got an aging squad. Like, how old's Luke Shaw? What am I building? Chess room. Hello, Technolean. Welcome to the stream. 3-3. What is this then? Some sort of cave, but it's not going to be here for much longer because we're going to tunnel it. You said you would play Bedrock. I did. But that was 2 streams ago. I ended that stream on Saturday, and then I streamed Bedrock for a little bit. Yeah, that was Saturday. Please play Bedrock. I'm not playing Bedrock now because this is a live episode for Mindless, so it's got to be on this world. It's got to be on this world because this is the world where I do my Mindless series, 25 videos, 25 days. What I'm doing here, guys, is I'm making a new chest room. Well, I'm not making a new chest room. I'm not playing Bedrock today because I need to do an episode I need to do another episode of here for Christmas. I've got 3 more. I need to do a video on this world, 25 videos in 25 days. So I have to do it on this world. I can't go on to Bedrock on this save, on this stream. How far do I need to go? Here? No, I need to go to here. But we'll worry about that bit when it comes to that in a minute. We'll worry about this bit when it gets to that, because we've got to dig out. We're going to continue digging at the moment. So basically what we're doing, everybody, we need a new chest room because I just got a lot of stuff. So I'm making like an auxiliary chest room. I'm making like a auxiliary chest room. But yeah, I've made a mistake here. Right, we won't be able to do it here. Right here, we're not going to be able to do anything because of that. So, hello Rafa, welcome to the stream. Yes, I saw your comment earlier on. This stream was slightly delayed. This stream was slightly delayed, everybody. For a very serious reason. Right. We're going to put some wood in here, like this. Hello Angel, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, buddy? I'm doing really good. How are you? Right. So it looked like that. My laptop's about to go flat a second. Let me just plug that in. So what we're doing, we're building like an auxiliary style chest room at the moment. I don't know how high we want this at the moment. Be nice if we could have quite a few chests. I didn't see Rafa's comment then. That comment was too quick. Right. Okay. So we got 2. This can go 4. Yeah, I think 4 will be enough. So 4 chests here. So how would you feel How would you feel if it went to the first if I went to the first ever video of this series and then watched all of your live streams of this world and kept every block you mined, crafted and placed? It would well, you wouldn't be able to do that actually, Angel, because I didn't have a YouTube channel when I created this series. When I created this world, I didn't have a. Unlike a lot of Minecraft YouTubers that start their world on stream, I didn't start this world on... Unlike a lot of YouTubers that, you know, started their series on... Hello, Joe. How's it going? I'm really good, Skatepunk. How are you? Good morning from Texas. I'm trying a new caramel creamer in my coffee. Cool, it's yummy. Cool. I saw your comment on the stream earlier on. I do apologise, the stream started a little later. By the way, the Amazon delivery spirit said it would come on the 22nd, but it didn't come. That's weird. Unless it's just delayed. Unless it's just delayed. It would come on the 22nd of December, but it is the 22nd of December, Rafa. You are aware, though, that Amazon delivery drivers, it's sometimes they're delayed. Because it says it comes on the 22nd, doesn't mean it's going to turn up at 9 AM instantly. You know, there's still another like 10, 12 hours of the 22nd that it could turn up in. If you go and look, honestly, go and look at Amazon and click track package, and normally it says arriving between these times. It's already shipped, but it says that. It's shipped. Normally, if it says shipped, it means it's it says shipped, yeah, but then it says shipped, but that means nothing. It means it's been taken across, but it's been taken to the delivery station. So, for example, when it says it's been shipped, it means it's arrived. It's arrived in the country, and then eventually it will say out for delivery. Shipped does not mean it should be there. It must be a glitch. No, it's not. I think you've just misunderstood what it said. It's not a glitch. Shipped doesn't mean it's arrived. Shipped means it's arrived in your country, and then it's taken to the delivery station and then out for delivery. Shipped is shipped means it's arrived in the country. Literally, I honestly go to Amazon and click the button track package, and it will say, it will say arriving by this time. I will be back in a second, guys. Where's my mouse? It says it's shipped. Yeah, shipped isn't delivered though. Shipped means it's arrived. Shipped means it's left the station. It's left where it is. What do I want for Christmas? Well, I know what I've got. Do you remember Nightbot? Of course I remember Nightbot. Yeah, shipped does not mean delivered. If it says shipped on the 22nd, it means it was stuck on a boat. It was left the country of things. So that's what ship means. Ship doesn't mean delivered. Ship doesn't mean delivered. Here, this is what shipped means, Rafa. Shipped means your package has left the seller's warehouse or Amazon's fulfillment center and is now with the shipping carrier like UPS, FedEx, or Amazon Logistics, begin its journey to your address. But it's not in the button. It's not. It's on the carrier network, but it's not yet out on the words of out for delivery. That's what ship means. Ship doesn't mean delivered. So it's not a glitch. Do I remember Nightbot? Of course I remember Nightbot. Yeah, it says that, thanks, yeah. Is that the first time you've ever ordered from Amazon or something? Right, let's just go and put this in here. So if you've just joined, guys, what we're doing, we're making a chest room. We're making like a new chest room style thing. Not exactly a new chest room, but I'm making like a chest room further away so it doesn't lag my game out as much. Hello Egg, welcome to the stream. Cool, you're using the emoji. You're using that emoji, and that emoji, guys, means only cool people use that emoji. You're gonna get some custard donuts. Cool. I might have trapped chests, but we're gonna have 4 on each one, so we can get more and more in each time. This is going to be designed. This is going to be designed. This is designed to to store stuff, of course. That's the main thing. It's designed to store stuff. So we've got a cave here that we've inadvertently dug into. But it's a cave we've inadvertently dug into. It's not going to exist much longer. I think Let's use one of these chests at the moment to store the glowstone. We'll use this one here to store the oak logs, just for now. Means I can go on a little quest across here just to clean up our location. I'm just gonna go and eat dinner, guys. I'll be back in literally a minute. Well, not a minute, but please stand by not to be mean. Read out who the most comments are. Alright, we can do that. We can do that for a moment. I'm just trying to eat my dinner and it's very warm. I do apologise, the stream was slightly delayed. I didn't feel very well in the night. I literally woke up at like 9 o'clock this morning, guys, and I spent up until about 1:30 in bed watching TV because I didn't feel very good. So, here's our top commenters. Who do you think... Right, everybody here, who do you think is in the top? Who do you think is the top? Yeah, I had a really rough night. Swiss? No, it's not Swiss. He's second. Oraway, 345. Swiss Rex, 256. Bengus Kasadi, 184. Rafa 9, 178. It's Vamps, 131. Egg, 125. Skate Punk, 106. Dr. FF Fifu, 100. Glow Beans, 88. Sir Edward Baldair, 68. Jason 64, Waterdick 53, 60, Waterdick 53, 63, Marcel Arts 59, Karim Nasirius 54, Karim Laquesta 48, MC Gust 42, Decepted 42, Arian 40, myself 39, Desclaw 34, Gabri Max 34, myself 33. So someone's there pretending to be me. Technolean 29, Sammy Tammy Crazy Fam 27, Swapna Kantala 23. For to be on the list. What, the Epstein list? Oh god. You are in the top 10, Egg. You are in the top 10. I'm just gonna go AFK, guys, and finish eating my dinner. I'll be back in a minute. I like how Rafa's not even comprehended what I just said. You said I'm on the list. I said what, the Epstein list, and you just totally it's gone over your head, and you said I'm in the top 4. That's not something you want to be in the top 4 on. Guys, what's the last film you guys watched? Out of curiosity, what's the last film you guys watched? What is the last film you guys watched? There's 20 of you. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Out of curiosity, guys, what's the last film you guys watched? Of course, you can tell us that, Angel. Mine was Harry Potter 6. So the Half-Blood Prince. Mine was Lord of the Rings, Return of the Fellowship of the Ring. I've got the extended editions, guys. I got the extended editions of Lord of the Rings, which I bought earlier on in the year because I found them in a second-hand shop. And yeah, the last film I watched, guys, was Lord of the Rings, Return of the Fellowship of the Ring. Well, no, actually, I put 1 in 6 people like Calamity of Joe. That's cool. That would be cool if that was true. Oh, that's similar. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Lord of the Rings isn't similar. Lord of the Rings is a lot older than Harry Potter, and plus, one thing of Harry Potter though, Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings was much bigger than Harry Potter was. I think. That's just my taste, guys. But Lord of the Rings was much bigger than Harry Potter. Harry Potter, I do not even believe was nominated for any Oscars. But yeah, Lord of the Rings isn't similar. Harry Potter is not similar to Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is more similar to Narnia than it is Harry Potter. Sorry for typing a lot. I'm a fast typer. That's fine. I'm a fast typer. When I'm writing, guys, I do about 50 to 60 words a minute. When I'm writing a book, guys, I do 50 to 60 words a minute. Sometimes 70. I wish I could do 100 words a minute. That would be amazing, but I don't think my fingers could do it. Minecraft Lex Edition, my first tour, add the engine and think about the starter chest think about the starter chest with stuff as an advantage. Just how to click B ready to bypass it. Yeah. Right. So this is going to be a secret chest room for me. Well, it's not really secret, but is it night time? Yeah. This isn't going to be like a secret chest room. This is just going to be a chest room where I'm taking stuff, a lot of stuff. Just to kill the lag of the world, just to kill the world lag a bit. Just to kill the world lag a bit. But yeah. Yeah, well, no, Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring was not the last film I watched, guys. I watched that last night, but I put the Two Towers on. I got roughly half hour into it. They had just gone to Edoras and freed Theoden from Saruman's curse, from Saruman's control. And Gollum had taken Frodo to the Black Gate and then told him that there's a sneakier way in. Mordor, the one place in Middle Earth we don't want to see any closer, but it's a place we're trying to get to. But it was a tutorial world. It was to teach you how to play Minecraft. I'm just going to turn the lights on, guys. It's really dark. It's like a really groggy day. All days are groggy now. Well, guys, 3 days till Christmas. Crazy. Right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Sorry, had to go AFK. I had to go in AFK and eat some dinner. Oh, hold on. I've lost the live stream. I do apologise. I responded to someone's comment. Hello, Swiss. Welcome to the stream. Oh, my day's alright. I took longer to eat lunch, guys, than I normally would because I am not in the best of. I'm not particularly well at the moment, so normally I probably would take. Normally I probably would take quicker to eat lunch, guys, but I didn't want to risk that today. Oh. I'm all right, guys. It's just I've got a very upset stomach. Hopefully you get better. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, I'm not actually ill, but I've just got a very sore stomach. You're so close to 8k. Thank you, Ghost, for that's really kind of you. Yeah, the aim was to hit 8k by my birthday, but it's taken us. The aim was to hit 8k by my birthday, but as it stands at the moment, we're still 320 away, and my birthday's in 5 days, so I don't think that's possible this time. Ooh. I don't think that's going to be possible, but you know, we gave it a fair crack at the. We gave it a fair crack, and that's all that matters, everybody. Yeah, my birthday's in 5 days. We gave it a fair crack at the whip. We gave it a fair crack at the whip, guys. But we came out, in the grand scheme of it, everybody, we came out a tad short, but you know, it's one of those. It's one of those, gents. It happens, everybody. I think you will hit 8k subscribers before your birthday. No, we won't. We won't. If we were to do that, we would have to pick up 320 subs in 5 days. While a bigger YouTube channel may be able to do that, I most definitely cannot. I cannot do that. Would I ever want to have a kid? I don't know. Like, maybe. Maybe in the future. I don't know. Here we go. Now we're going to jump up to here. Here we go. Yeah, I wouldn't call him Joseph. Oh, so we need to go one further that way then. Okay. Yeah. I've made a mistake there. But each chest is going to... Why is it say FK? Because I haven't got rid of the sign yet. How old am I? Have a guess. Nobody say anything, just have a guess. Have a guess, Carl. Sorry. Hat boy, have a guess. AFK button's gone. Have a guess. 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 Pretty good. Yeah, you've nailed it. You've hit the nail on the head. You've hit the head on the nail. Ooh. Do I like Roblox? I do not. Never played it. Never played it. Never will. I'm going to quickly... I need to go and grab a bit more wood. I want to... I'm going to just make a crafting table. I'm going to put this here. Boom, 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 boom. We're going up these stairs. Do 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 do. There we go. Perfecto. Hold on a minute. Can we? Nah. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I am 23 in 5 days, guys. My girlfriend said I'm the best dad in the world. What does that mean? It means that you're the best dad in the world. But I doubt you're a dad. Because I remember you saying something that you were like... I remember you saying something in the stream about being 12. But one of your videos got recommended to me and I was sat there thinking there's no way you're 12. Because you sounded about 15. Right, let's quickly go up here. And let's hop to the nearest... hold on a second. It was just some Minecraft one. It was just some Minecraft one. Something that scares me is getting too close to a stranger and he lies. He's a teen even though he's a psycho 50-year-old. Hello Super Duff, welcome to the stream. Well, I've seen that though. I have seen that, Swiss. I have seen that. This kid thought they were talking to another kid. This teenager thought he was talking to a female. Turns out Stephanie was a 45-year-old man called Derek. Ooh, there's a line in my book about that. There's a line in my book about that. Let me just find the doll maker, guys. Let me just find the doll maker. I have found what I want. Have I found what I want? So all these DVDs have just come off the shelf, but who cares for now? Well, that's just... Yeah, but that is America, though. That is America, though, Swiss. That American kids aren't exactly the smartest. No offence. Here it is. Detective Kane looked through the girl's dating history to see if there could be something there to help them with their investigation. But she had not had a boyfriend in 4 years since her ex-boyfriend, Edward Bennington, had cheated on her with some American brunette he'd met online called Catfish. That didn't last long, as it turned out to be a 48-year-old man called Derek, who was running a catfish scam, and it didn't take a brain scientist to notice that with the girl's name, but well, he didn't until she took all of his money and left him with the right end of fuck all. Great book. That is generally a horror novel that I wrote earlier on in the year for competition. Guess what, guys? I didn't win. I wish well, I've never won anything, but I don't want to win. I don't want to win. It's not about winning. It's about just creating stories. It's not about winning. It's about creating stories and Providing entertainment. It's about creating stores and providing entertainment. I love the trees. I replanted a couple of trees across here the other day, and I've made it look more like a forest again. Do be writing anything? Well, I am writing anything. What? There is no genre that I would not be able to write. Maybe a romance, because I'm the most boring person in that regard. Maybe a romance. I'd never write a romance novel. I would generally write a romance novel as a man falling in love with a fish. An alien fish from the planet Fishbosh. It's such an interesting story, such an interesting idea. Joe, I'm wanted in my SMP. You're wanted in your own SMP. What did you do? Break the law? Oh my god, my back. Sorry, guys. This stream's been a bit hit and miss because I've just been. This stream has been a bit hit and miss. It's because I'm not feeling 100%. Yeah, gave it more. It's better to try and lose than to not try at all. Interesting. I've got a better quote for that, though. I've got a better quote. Empires that go down fight and rise again. Those who surrender, those who back down are finished. Those who go down fighting rise again. Those who back down and quit don't. I will be honest, I was happy that he lost, and I was happy that Jake Paul lost as well. I was happy that the both of them lost. Yeah, but I don't like the two of them. I don't like him, and I don't like Thing. Look, that boxing, what do they call it? Misfits boxing. It's not boxing. Getting influencers in the ring is ruining boxing. Think about people that have trained for years to be boxers. They can't get a fight now. They can't get a fight now because someone wants that. They'd rather watch two YouTubers lump the shit out of each other. I feel sorry. Are we getting to the point where the next Tyson Fury won't get their first fight? Are we getting to the point where the next Tyson Fury won't get their first match because nobody will want to watch them this nobody fight? Nobody will want to watch this nobody fight because oh wait, we can watch these two YouTubers box. No, I was happy that he lost because I find him arrogant and I don't like his views on certain stuff. Obviously, I don't like Jake Paul either because I find him arrogant. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine. The other night, and I said if Jake Paul's not knocked out, then it's scripted, because you know Anthony Joshua is a proper boxer, not a fake YouTube boxer. Anthony Joshua is a proper boxer. You know, he's boxed professionally. You know, he's fought some of the some of the greatest boxers in history. So he is a boxer. You got to think. Here, ready? Obviously, obviously he held the heavyweight. Anthony Joshua held the heavyweight boxing championship of the world twice between 2017 and 2019, and 2019 to 2021. Like his professional boxing record. His professional boxing record. He took on Alexander Usyk twice. He took on Andy Ruiz. Obviously, he lost to Daniel Dubois in last September. He took on Francis Ngannou. So, you know, he took on proper boxers. Right, do you guys get what I mean? So, like, you know, Anthony Joshua was... Talk about Andrew. I found him to be way too arrogant and obnoxious, but at least he accepted his loss in a fair way. Well, you've got to. But that's why I don't like him. I think he's arrogant, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's a kickboxing star," but he wasn't as that. He wasn't. Wait, do you have a secret base? What we were making a secret chess room. Not really a secret chess room, but we were making a chess room because I'm having a bit of lag in some parts of this world. But going on to that point I was making a second about what Swiss said. You know, Andrew Tate has a record because he was a kickboxer, but he wasn't exactly the best kickboxer in the world. He was a kickboxing champion, but there's a line between that. He wasn't actually a great kickboxer. He wasn't actually like the best kickboxer in the world. You know, he was a champion kickboxer, but he wasn't actually as good as what he made out. It's like, you know, some people, you know, they say fake it till you make it. So here's a bit about kickboxing. He wasn't as great as what he made out. Would you rather save your son or 1,000 people? I don't have a son, so I don't have a son right now. I don't have a child right now. So I would say I'd save 100,000 people. I'd save 100,000 people. What would you rather do? Save one person or 100,000? So I in any time in history, I would pick the 100,000. If I had to pick, I'd probably pick the 100,000 people. You know, what would you rather? One child, or 1,000 children, or 100,000 children? 100,000. Yeah, that's 100,000. What? Yeah, it's 100,000 people. Yeah. Like, there's a line in Doctor Who. There's a line in Doctor Who where Kate Lethbridge Stewart in Doctor Who was going to destroy... Like, literally, in Doctor Who, Kate Lethbridge Stewart was going to blow up London. She was going to kill 10 million people in Doctor Who. And her justification was that she was going to kill 1 million people to save 1 billion. You're going to murder millions of people, and her line was to save billions. So in Doctor Who, in the 50th anniversary special, to stop the Zygons taking over the world, Kate Lethbridge Stewart was going to blow up the city of London, kill all the Zygons at the same time. So she was gonna commit genocide. She was going to kill 1 million people. She was going to kill 10 million people to save tens of billions. That's complicated. Yeah, it is complicated because technically, if you do what you did, If you do what you're doing, technically you're doing the right thing. Technically you are saving billions of people. But in saving billions, because the line is there's a nuclear warhead 20 feet beneath us. We have 5 minutes to decide, and yeah. Well, all life is valued the same. Well, I'm a little bit different on that. All life is valued the same, but if you are a criminal, then your value goes because you've killed other people. Because I said some people with crime, some people do crime because they have to. Some people do crime out of necessity. Do you guys sort of get what I mean? Some people do crimes out of necessity, like you need to feed your children because your wages are low, so you steal to make sure that you can feed your children. That makes sense. Whereas people that steal cosmetic stuff like TVs and things like that. Well, no, there was half the time there was a reason. So every serial killer and every killer has their motive of why they're doing it. Every killer has their motive. So obviously some killers just don't understand when to stop. Whereas if you're going to go down the Ted Bundy route, Ted Bundy just did it because he wanted to. Yeah, some of them are interesting. Some of them do it because they want to. Some of them do it like So there was an interesting one. There was an interesting one in a TV series. In a TV series, there was an interesting one where basically he was lonely, and he kept seeing the girls. He kept seeing girls that he liked. But then, of course, because of his social awkwardness, he couldn't bring himself to kiss them, and obviously because that he was then scared and nervous, he would then kill them, and it's some of them have reasons why they do it. So, for example, Marcel Pateau, who was a French serial killer during the Second World War. He did it because of the German invasion. They reckon if the German invasion hadn't have happened, he would have done it. He wouldn't have done what he did. He basically made it look like he could make people disappear out the country, so all these people escaping the Germans would come to him, pay him 20,000 francs. That's like £20,000. And instead, he would kill them. He would kill them, so it looked like. So basically, the Germans were looking for a guy that was. The Germans were looking for a guy that was helping people out of France. The French resistance were looking for a serial killer. The French resistance were looking for a serial killer. The Germans were looking for a person that was helping people out. It's an odd... Yeah, this guy did it because he did it because of the money. Yeah, well, the reason... Yeah, the reason this serial killer did it, this French serial killer during the war did it, because the prices had gone up and things like that. So that was his way of getting enough money to support his family. A very sick thing to do. It's said they always have a motive. It's interesting. Every single one of them has a motive. Love the building. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's interesting. Everyone does it for a motive. So there was a British one during the 80s. He did it because he was lonely. He did it was because he was lonely. I know it's probably fake, but allegedly got valued 1 Japanese person over 5 American. That's probably fake, but that is AI. You don't know. AI isn't very legit. Isn't a very legitimate source, and AI is not the most legitimate of sources. Oh my god, sorry guys, I'm just not feeling very good today. I had a very, very upset stomach all night, so... But, I've soldiered on and streamed for you guys. Because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I am. Even though I'm not feeling too great. We've even summited a mountain because we summited a mountain for you guys. Guys, literally, I want to know something, guys. I want to know something. Who here has loved the Lego Who here has loved the Lego Batman? Who here has loved the Lego Batman videos? The old of me doing Lego Batman the video game. I've got 5 more episodes to do. I've got 5 more episodes to edit. Would you like me to just edit them all into one, or do one a day? Would you guys like one each day for the next couple of days, or would you like me to just upload it all at once? Because I sort of shot episodes. The last 5 levels, I sort of shot them all one behind another. Well, normally it'd be one every Thursday, but because it's Christmas, will do Throwback Thursday. I've done Throwback Thursday every single day. Joe, if I ever meet you, can I get an autograph? That's the only time I've ever been asked that. I probably would give people autographs if people recognise me as Calamity Joe. I probably would, just because I'm kind like that. Actually, I did sign a book once. I did sign one of my book once for my grandparents. My grandparents wanted me to sign it because it was the first novel I wrote. So I signed the front cover. I probably would. If somebody did recognise me as Calamity Joe, I probably would stop and sign something for them just because I'm kind. Just because I'm kind. Do you guys know who I was? That's just creepy. Snowy Joey, Jesus. They were behind me. Oh. Ooh, pardon me. Sorry. I'm built up with gas today. Yeah. What were they doing? Stuff. One was 13. Yeah, that's slightly weird. Unless they've mistook you as looking older. That happens sometimes. I get the opposite though. I get mistook well, I get mistook for being younger, guys, but there is a reason for that, because whenever I'm streaming for you guys, I get mistook for being younger. I get mistook for being younger, but there is a reason for that. There's a reason for that, guys, because I make my voice sound lighter. When I stream, I make my voice sound lighter for you guys. This is not actually how my voice is, guys. This is not actually how my voice is. I make my voice lighter for you guys. This is actually how I sound in real life. In real life, this is how I sound. I remember when you did it normal. Yeah, so I get sound. People think I'm younger because I don't actually talk in my voice. This is actually my voice, guys. Do I sound much older now if I do this? If I talk like this, do I sound much older? But if I go and do my voice like this, I amplify my voice for you guys. So if I talk like this, if I go down and actually talk in the way my voice is, I sound older. Yeah, this is actually how my voice is. What do you guys think? Do I sound older if I actually talk normally, without amplifying the voice a bit? Have I built a villager breeder? I haven't built a villager breeder. I haven't. Oh, you're talking to. Oh, you're talking to Ghost for. Ah. What? I've got a villager. I've got a way of getting villagers. But I have got a mob spawner. Are you talking about me here, Swiss? Why does it look like a real forest? Yeah, this is the old textures. This is the old legacy textures. These are the old legacy textures. So it's not a shader. This is generally just this is the default legacy textures. This is just default legacy. This is generally just what the textures look like. So where this minigame is, you can see the town, so the mushroom stuff. Would I ever buy a dog? I've always wanted a dog, I just can't afford it. I've always wanted a dog, but I just can't afford it. I've always wanted one, I just can't afford it. You know, that's the thing though, guys. That's just generally like a thing though. Stuff has gotten too expensive. Nowadays things have just got too expensive. Thank you to the people who subscribed. I'm 15 subscribers away from hitting 7,800. Sorry, 7,700. Oh, guys, I fixed my armor, by the way. My armor is. I've got mending on it all. Yeah, I knew it was Trinidad and Tobago. Also, as I believe, Trinidad and Tobago is still a. Trinidad and Tobago, I believe, is still a British colony. Well, not a British colony, but a British overseas territory. Oh no. I know, it received independence in 1962. It became a republic. It became a republic in 1976, severing ties with the British monarchy and establishing its own president as head of state. I thought it was still. Well, it's not. It's not free. No, I'm thinking of Bermuda. Bermuda is still a British territory. It's a British overseas territory. Which is what's funny. In Bermuda belongs to Britain. You can't use the British pound there, but you can use the US dollar. Should be the other way around. You could use the British pound there and not the US dollar. That's the thing. Well, it makes British overseas territories get some sort of money from the UK because it's an overseas territory. Well, yeah. In fact, the British overseas territories. The British overseas territories of Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Falklands Islands, Gibraltar. They have its own system of government, constitution. But the only thing the UK does. The only thing the British overseas territories basically run themselves. Yeah. The British overseas territories, they're autonomous. They run themselves. They have their own governments. Great Britain just pays for its security and its military, and offers it military and security. All of them should be part of the UK, really. They should all be incorporated. All those places should be incorporated as just districts. It should be the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and the United Overseas Territories. Thank you to the people who subscribed. That's really kind of you. Literally, guys, we have 14 subscribers off it and 7,700. Have I been to the Firelands? The Firelands in here. We don't have Firelands on here because the map stops. We don't have Firelands on here because Legacy Console Edition, when you go to the edge of the world, the map just stops. Should I show you guys what I mean? Should I show you guys? Should I sort of show you guys what I mean? Should I sort of show you guys what I mean? So let's go this way. Let's go. It's like the PS3. Yes, it's like the PS3. It's like the PS3, Xbox One, except the only difference is PS3 worlds are smaller. Hey, I'm new. Welcome. Welcome, FinQ. Welcome to the stream. We are just heading to the bottom of my world. We're heading to the bottom of my world so people can see what I mean when about the Firelands. So, I think it'd be worth, guys, going this way because there's a smoother path. It's an ocelot. Oh, you got a sub, man. Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. Yeah, we're aiming to hit 8,000 by next year. The aim was to hit it by my birthday, but I think that ship has sailed. I don't think I'm going to be able to do. I'm going there next live. Cool. Right. Let's just see what's in here first. Luck of the C3. Oh, let's nick those. That's a good bow. That's one of my best bows, actually. Nothing else of any use. And all of this is stone, because I was going to build a castle across here, and then I gave up. Clement Joe is a YouTuber, streamer, author. Well, YouTuber and streamer, you can just merge to YouTuber, to YouTube, because you can call me a streamer, but then basically, if you stream on YouTube, you're a YouTuber. But I don't like the word YouTuber. Like the doll maker, I'm 20 minutes into Lord of the Rings. I've got to be honest, ROA, I put Lord of the Rings on last night. I put the extended editions on. Sorry, my English was kind of wrong. That's alright. We have lots of people here that watch. Hello, Sam Tam Crazy Fam. Yes, I do remember you. I do remember you because you're actually in the top commenters on the streams this week. Right, let's just go through here. There's some old builds here that I decided to bury. Hello, Max Robbie 2000. Welcome to the stream. We're just gonna head this way, guys. The only reason we're gonna make a turn here. The only reason I'm coming this way is because it's a simpler route than going through all the water. So we will suddenly turn up in a minute to a great big flowery place. Have I watched Harry Potter? Yes, I have watched Harry Potter and I've read all the books. Yes, Harry Potter came out when I was... Check out Joe's new book, Dawn of Planets. Well, the Dawn of Planets isn't new, Swiss. The Dawn of Planets book series... The Dawn of Planets is not the name of the book. Dawn of Planets is the name of the book series. The name of the books, guys, is Dawn of Planets. So, The Attack from Space. The Attack from Space. Vengeance. You weren't born when it came out? No. The first Harry Potter book came out in 97. I wasn't born when the first book came out. I wasn't born when the first 4 come out. The trilogy. Yeah, it's a trilogy, but it won't be a trilogy in 11 months' time. It will be a whatever 4 books is called. Here we go. We're almost here. You can see the line now. When I go to tell my friends to sub, oh, I think it's really nice. If you, yeah, the first Harry Potter film came out in 2001. Yeah, the first Harry Potter book, guys, come out. The first Harry Potter book came out in 2001. The first film, I mean. I'll be back in a second. Right, sorry, I'm back. I just had to quickly go AFK a second. Also, started a Minecraft world on my iPhone. I play PvP. Cool. Right, so if I keep swimming this way, this is what happens, guys. We're going to swim, and swim, and swim. And here we go. I can go no further than here. I can go no further than here. And I will show you again, guys. So yeah, this is the end of the world. I cannot go any further. I got your book. Cool. Which one have you ordered, out of curiosity? Well, unless he's just ordered it. Unless he's just ordered it. Because they weren't. The reason, ROA, was because 4J Studios believed 4J Studios believed that infinite worlds added extra lag. So having limited worlds meant that weaker consoles... It meant weaker consoles could support it. Cool. Have you just ordered it? Have you just ordered it then? Sam Tam Crazy Fam. Have you literally just ordered it then? Are you an author? I am. Yeah, I am. I've been writing novels on some... Cool. No, but all of them had it. All the legacy console editions had it. All the legacy console editions had it. Infinite worlds meant more data. You have a great future. Thank you. I've not made many book sales though. Even though I am an author, I've not made many book sales because it does cost a lot of money to advertise, guys. It costs a lot of money to advertise. If you're promoting a novel, it does actually take money to advertise, and it takes a lot. So yeah, I am an author, guys. I write novels. I've got a couple. I'm writing 2 or 3 at the same time at the moment. I'm writing practically like 4 at the time at the moment. I'm writing a story. At the moment, I'm writing a story called Guild of the Empire. Right now, I'm writing a story called Guild of the Empire. I'm writing a story called Pancrova, the God Among Us. I'm writing a story called Dawn of Planets Book 5. And I'm writing a story called Janav, the Darkest Day. And I wanted to have all 4 of them out next year, but that might be a bit crazy. You have a lot of projects, Hugh. Well, I've got a lot of projects that I want to do, yeah. I've got a lot of projects that I want to do. I've got to make sure they're viable, though. I've got to make sure that the projects that I want to do are viable. But yeah. You've got to have fun doing what you're doing, and I love what I'm doing. But I've got to be able to generate money from it, generate profit from it. I've got to generate money from it to obviously support the stories that we're trying to write. But yeah, that's how we got to. But you know, it's fun writing stories, which is why, guys, which is why I've got rid of the sub count, which is why I've got rid of the subscriber goal, and I've replaced it with a QR code to my books, to my It's why I've got rid of a QR, it's why I've got rid of what are the age ratings? 12 and up. Bar 1 book, which is 18. Everything, all the books that I've wrote are rated at 12 and up. Bar 1. Bar 2. The Witches of Gleast is 8. Bar 2. Bar 2. Dawn of Planets. Bar 2. Dawn of Planets, The Witches of Gleast. Well, not Dawn of Planets. The Witches of Gleast is aimed at 8 years up. The Witches of Gleast is a story aimed for anyone over the age of 8. Dawn of Planets is aimed at anybody 12 to 13, 13 upwards. the doll maker is aimed at 18 rated, and the archipelago is 13 rated. So basically, any other store, all the other stores that I have wrote, all the other sort of stores that I have wrote, most of them are 12 to 13 rated, bar one which is younger and bar one which is older. You are really true. I think I'm true. Yeah, I am true. Well, yeah. You've got to, when you publish a book, though, guys, you've got to remember why. You've got to remember the age ratings of them. So yeah, I do remember. I think I remember pretty much every word I've ever wrote. Like I can tell you the names of most of my Attack from Space chapters. I can tell you the names of my book chapters, guys. Like literally to the point of nearly off by heart. So, chapter 1 of the Attack from Space is called Darkness Ascending. Chapter 2 is called The One Who Mattered. Chapter 3 is called JIB1. Chapter 4 is called The Voice from Space. Chapter 5 is called The Mindresen Appeal. Chapter 6 is called The Attack. Chapter 7 is called The Passing. Chapter 8 is called Barnesfield. Chapter 9 is called Fortifications. Chapter 10 is called The Invasion. Chapter 11 is called Vadorks. Chapter 12 is called The Evacuation of Barnesfield. Chapter 13 is called The Night of Dark Times. Chapter 14 is called The Fall of the North. Chapter 15 is called The Rise of the South. Chapter 17 is called... Sorry.
Hey, Dad.
Chapter 16. Where the hell is my chapter 16 gone? Chapter 16 is called Carter. Chapter 17 is called The Bellborn Initiative. Chapter 18 is called The Nightmare Unfolding. Chapter 19 is called The Verge of the Final Battle. And chapter 20 is called The Beginning of the End. There we go. Perfect. That is just a really weird question to ask someone, ROA. That is a really, really weird question to ask someone. How much money are these books? It depends what country you're from. It depends what country you're from, FinQ. It depends what country you're from because it costs more to print in different countries. Yeah, it depends. These books, it depends what country you're in. Depends what country you live in because they cost more. So it depends. What country you're from, FinQ? If you're from the UK, it's like £7. If you're from America, it's a little more. It's like $8 US. If you're from Europe, it's like, what is happening, Joe? I have no idea. Honestly, Swiss and Oreo remind me of this guy in my college class. This guy used to say really weird shit to me, and he was the most ungay person ever. Because the guy was not gay and had a girlfriend, but some of the things he used to say to me in the classroom was like, the two of you remind me of... You called me Oreo. I thought I said ROA. Sorry. Well, we had a person in my friend's Discord server called Oreo. And then there's ROA and Oreo. Yeah. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. You too. But yeah, so my novels, guys, cost more in different countries. But depends what country you're from. But they are available everywhere, guys. They are available everywhere. Oh my god, my back. I'm going to click the link, actually. I'm going to click the link that Nightbot's got and just see what it says now. Oh my god. The shit! It took, instead of, I clicked the link and it took me to Nightbot instead. Nightbot! Yeah, thank you, Link. It worked. So, if I click paperback now, what does it say? Let's click. Yeah, guys, if you order it now, it will arrive by the 27th or the 28th. Arrives just after Christmas. Let me change my profile picture. It's Christmas. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. There's a world outside your window. A world of dreaded fear. That's a great Christmas song. You all like my new profile picture? Cool. By the end of the year. It's Bellingham, is it? Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah. The only reason people know it's my birthday is because we set a challenge of trying to hit 8k subs by my birthday. But we're not that far away. I didn't really like Bellingham when he burst onto the scene because I didn't think he was that good. He's impressed me since he's gone to Real Madrid and he's done really, really well. But when he started out at Dortmund, I didn't actually think he was that good. I didn't rate him. You're the only one that can't hear nothing. Yeah. Guys, I'm 10. What you guys saying? Well, we were talking about football. We were talking about Bellingham, who plays for Real Madrid. When he burst out on the scene at do you guys want to know what the most silliest, embarrassing bit is? Well, Ronaldo, yeah, Ronaldo's never going to go back to Real Madrid. Like, Ronaldo's 40. Ronaldo would not be able to play in European leagues anymore. But he can play another 5 years in the Saudi Pro League because the Saudi Pro League is not a very good league. Everyone's like, wow, it's a great league. It's not. Literally, the Saudi Pro League, the reason people like Ronaldo are doing so well is because it's not as a tough a league. You know? Like John Duran that played for Villa went to Al Nassr, and you know he scored something like 4 goals 2 games. But then when you saw a video of him, the defender that he was going past, the defender was like 5'5", and he was like 6'1". So you know it was like a man versus a boy. Yeah, my birthday's not the 28th. Yeah, well, Well, the MLS he could do. The MLS he could do. The MLS Ronaldo can do. The MLS has always been seen as a retirement league. And that's true, guys. The MLS has always been called by Europe as the retirement league. It's where they go when when they're not good enough for Europe anymore. Well, it's more of an actual league, but it's not an actual league because there's nothing in it. The MLS is not a competitive league. You know, you're always guaranteed to be in it. The MLS, you're always guaranteed to be in it each year. If you don't win it, you still get, there's a fixed amount of prize money you get. The MLS, what makes the Saudi Pro League shit is 6 of the teams are owned by the same guy. No. The people with the spanners, thank you, martial arts, that's really kind of you. The people with the spanners are moderators. The people with the green ones are members. The people with the green ones are members. So basically, we have got channel memberships. We've got 3 tiers of membership. We've got League 1, League 2 and Premier League. Premier League is where you get access to a free realm. With Premier League, you get access to a free YouTube realm. With the other 2, you get access to other features. That's sort of the membership scheme we've done. We've tried to make everything as cheap as possible. Well, no. You don't get paid to be mods. I beat you. You don't need feed in ROA. I'm joking. Sorry. I don't beat moderators, guys, and even if I tried to beat you ROA, I think you would put me in a coma. Do you guys know Tommy in it? I do know who I do know who Tommy in it is, yeah. I do know who he is. Never really liked his content though. I found him when his content took off. I found his content more annoying. I found him more inappropriate. You know, every sort of I didn't like the way him and that lot took off. Because I didn't like the way Dream took off, and Dream just dragged all these random people that weren't very talented with him. Yeah, I didn't really like. He might be funny, but I found him more inappropriate. You know, every other word was an F word. I didn't find him as a very good role model. Like when YouTube complained about swearing, like he was the problem. Like, because you know, you can swear if you're an adult on a stream, but you know, he was like 15, 16, and every other word was just me spamming hearts. Yeah, I can see the hearts, thank you. Yeah, with Tommy in it, every single word was a swear word. Like, you can swear if you're an adult, yeah, but he wasn't an adult at the time. Like, he did a YouTube meetup with someone, and they didn't want him to be there because he was like 16. I think him and some of the other YouTubers of the Dream SMP did like a YouTube meetup, and they didn't want him there. He turned up, but they didn't want him there. Yeah. That was true. But I didn't like Dream because I didn't like the way he took off. Dream basically cozied up to all these YouTubers, and then so he pretty much used these other YouTubers' fame to make himself bigger. And Nightbot is a bot. Nightbot is a bot that basically moderates your stream for you. But Nightbot's not AI. Yeah. But the thing with Dream, he claimed he read 200 books on the YouTube algorithm, which he didn't. He used people like Skeppy, who were already pretty famous, Bad Boy Halo, people like that, and then he used their fan bases to build himself. I've already went. I've got to go to the fire. Oh, I thought you were talking to me then. When did I start Minecraft? Thank you. That's really kind of you, Marcel Arts. I started playing Minecraft in 2014. I started playing this world in 2016. So this world here is 9 years old. Because it's a moderator, it means that they're a mod. It means that they can delete your comment if you say something rude or something like that. Oh my god. What was I going to say? Yeah. If you get what I mean, Orway, yeah, that's why I don't like him. But also, some of his, if you get what I mean, some of his, let me think of the right words now. Some of his world records, I want to know whether they were faked, because it's been proven that some of his manhunts had the world tampered with beforehand. Not rude, you can be rude, you can call him fat and all those things and he won't ban you. No. Well, I'm pretty overweight for my height, so like I just make jokes about it all the time. Like, even though I'm not actually overweight, guys, I'm kind of pretty healthy. Well, I'm not healthy right now because I've had diarrhea all night, but I'm actually pretty good. I just make jokes about it to sort of you know, explain to other people that, you know, being overweight does not mean you're over the hill. Being overweight isn't the end of the world. It's the end of it might be if you're, how tall am I? I'm 175 centimeters, so I'm just 5'9", just about. I found out I was taller than the British Prime Minister the other day, so I think I'm doing something right. I'm joking. Yeah, why do some people have the builder icon? Because some people are moderators. If you have a blue spanner, it means you're a mod. Yeah, so... Yeah, what I was saying, Oraway, is one of his manhunts that he submitted for a world record, it was proven that the world was tampered with, because somebody else found the seed and found a block missing, which made the boat clutch simpler. A block was missing, and they said he didn't need to... the joke was, like, I think it was SB737 did a video reacting to it. Yeah. They were staged, but you shouldn't fake a video. If you're doing a Minecraft video and say it's real, why are you faking it? It's like, imagine I did a video right now. Imagine if I did a video on here, because this is all, everything I build on here is genuinely real. What is the blue spanner? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I pretty much am the last person to play this, but I love it. I love it. I've continued to play it. I love it. It's like, imagine me building something on here. DeQuavius. I have heard of DeQuavius, actually. I have heard of him. But talking about that, like, ROA, imagine me breaking a Minecraft record on here and then just admitting it. Imagine me breaking a record on here and then admitting to you later on, oh wait, sorry, it was staged. I don't like Minecraft content where it's staged. I prefer Minecraft content where it's natural. So what is a server code? This isn't a server. This is literally, how can I become a moderator? You become a moderator by being consistent on the streams. You become a moderator by being consistent on these YouTube live streams. Oh my god, my back. Sorry. I had a really sore stomach last night, guys. So my muscles in my lower part of my stomach are very, very sore. Oh. It's basically... Hello, Michael. Welcome to the stream. You have to be a moderator for like you stream for 2 straight weeks. Well, not really 2 straight weeks. It's just basically if I trust you and if you've been on lots of streams. I had a really sore stomach, so like I had like diarrhea, guys. I'll just explain it like that. And because of how sore my stomach was, basically my lower stomach is absolutely killing me in like pain. So it's basically like you know when you like pull a muscle. Yeah, you know when you like pull a muscle and you strain your muscles. It's like that. But basically, it feels like someone's there with a bat just punching me straight in the stomach each time. Well, I was just explaining how much pain I'm in, but I'm continuing to stream for you guys because why not? I've continued to stream for you guys because why not? I'm going to be active until 2026. Cool. 2026 will be my 10th year on YouTube, guys. 10 years. I don't feel old enough to have a YouTube channel that's 10 years old. I told my mum that the other day. I said, yeah, it feels a bit weird, but next year my YouTube channel will be 10 years old. My mum went, what, you created it 10 years ago? I'm like, yeah. It's fine afterwards. But I'll be fine tomorrow. It's not like a bad strain. It's just that I was 1 year old when you started. Bloody hell. Yeah, my YouTube channel is 10 years old next year. It makes me feel old. It makes me feel old. In fact, this Minecraft world is 10 years old next year as well, which makes me even older. It makes me feel older. Your leg and arms hurt, bloody hell. What did I do when I was 10? Probably watch normal TV shows. When I was 10, I played Lego games. I went to school. I watched Doctor Who every week. I played Lego games, and I watched normal TV shows. Yeah, you probably shouldn't say that on a YouTube live stream, FinQ. You shouldn't be on YouTube if you're under the age of 13. Okay, that is YouTube's requirements of 13 because YouTube's not a TV channel. There's things on YouTube that you shouldn't see. Bro, I just found your shorts. You on my shorts page. Cool. Yeah, well, no, what I was saying is YouTube, yeah, YouTube, you shouldn't legally be on YouTube until you're 13. Because YouTube is not a TV channel. YouTube can't be regulated for what contents, YouTube can't be regulated for content, so if you watch something inappropriate on YouTube, it's not a TV channel. So whereas like TV shows can turn around whereas TV shows can get in trouble if they air something that's inappropriate, YouTube can't be criticised because it's not a TV channel and people can upload whatever they want to YouTube. Because YouTube is a social media platform, not a TV channel. But that is a warning. That is just a warning that there are things you should not see on YouTube. Oh, that's sandstone. I don't want that. Right. But there are things on YouTube which are friendlier. There are YouTube channels. Happy birthday 3 times. Well, not everything, if you know what I mean, not everything on YouTube's that way. Not everything on YouTube's that way. There's things you can watch, but there are things that you can't watch. Just, well, I mean, you don't have to quit YouTube, but it is a thing you've got to be careful of. Because there are things on YouTube that you shouldn't legally watch. But I think it's a good thing on the I think it's a good thing on these streams to raise awareness of that, though, that there are things on YouTube that you shouldn't watch. Oh, my stomach, guys. Yeah, I need to put some glass in there. Hi, I like smoothies. Cool. Can I watch you every day? You don't have to ask me if you don't have to ask me if you can watch me. If you should stop if you hear us swear. Well, you can't. I'm in my 20s, guys. Like, I'm in my 20s, guys. I can swear on a stream if I want to. I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I do. If it fits what I'm doing, though. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to ask me, FinQ. You don't have to ask me if you can watch my streams every day. That's up to you if you want to. If that's up to you if you want to watch my streams every day. No, because of the things you said. Because of the things I said. Well, no, you don't have to ask me. I was just saying, when you said you're 10, I said that's not something you say on a stream. Because there are people that can weaponize that. Saying that you're 10 on a stream isn't a good idea. Yeah, I want to remember me. Cool. Yeah, you are free. You are free to watch streams. It's just you shouldn't say that you're 10 on a live stream. Like, well, because there are people that will try and take advantage of that. This auto correct for me on Apple. Oh, okay. I do apologise, guys. My stomach is ablaze. It's like a chemical battleground. It's like a chemical battleground. Thank you to the people who subscribed. Where, as it stands, we are at 10 subs off hitting 8k. Sorry, 7,700. I got a bit ahead of myself. Yeah. What ROH just said is 100% correct. Especially if you are under 13. I subbed. Oh, thank you, Martial Arts. That's really kind of you. Ooh. Yeah, if I type hey, it will put it to something else. That's normal. Oh, I hate autocorrect. I once text someone never mind and it changed to I'm in the Netherlands. I subbed and liked. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Let's see who our top commenters are now. Well, ROA was top and ROA remains top. 420. Swiss has now gone past Rafa. Well, no, actually no. Swiss was always second. Bengals Casadadi was second, but now Rafa went past them. It's Van Post remains fifth. Egg is fifth. No, Egg is sixth. Skate Punk, then Dr. FFifu. Ghost Forts, Martial Arts, you are here. You are in the top 10 commenters. We have Glowbeans, and then FinQ is down in 15th, 56. You are about to 7 more comments, and you'll surpass Wojciech 53, who has 63 comments. You are in the top 15 commenters. What's the difference between you and Swiss in the most comments? 26. That's 56. No, 46. Swiss has 374 comments. You have 420. But partially that is, I think it's tight. My endings is pretty bad. I come from Belgium. Cool. Me English is pretty bad. That's alright. I've been to Belgium. I have been to Belgium. Nice place. Ronaldo or Messi? Neither. Literally, Ronaldo and Messi. Like, Ronaldo had the better goal scoring. Ronaldo had the better goal scoring and was faster. Messi had more technical ability. Messi could have the ball at his feet, and the ball could end up in the net, and you don't know where, and you don't know how it's gone in there. Like Messi would score crazy goals that you didn't think possible. Both of them were great players. Both of them were great players. Actually, thank your country for giving Everton Lukaku. Yeah, Belgium created Lukaku. Great striker. Should never have left Everton. The guy bagged Lukaku in his last season at Everton bagged 25 goals. Well, I love football. Yeah. Have I ever had a waffle? I have had a waffle. The thing is, though, talking about that, Ronaldo's a better goal scorer, but Messi had better technical ability. But you can't just say Ronaldo or Messi, FinQ. You've got to bring in, if you want to talk about that, you've got to bring in Pele, Cruyff, Puskas. You've got to bring in Beckham. Not Beckham. You've got to bring in Best, Pele, Maradona, Puskas, Bifkin, Cruyff. You've got to bring in some of those players. Lukaku's still playing. Oh, you're talking about Luka Modric. Modric is still playing. Modric is an unbelievable football player. 40 years old and still kicking a ball. The problem with Real Madrid, though, is they allowed a lot of players to get old, he's playing for AC Milan. I'd love it if he scored for AC Milan, and he has. Modric, he's 40 years old and he's just continuing to play. In fact, He's bagged one goal this season. He's bagged one goal this season. He's played 18 games. He's played 948 games in his career. I mean, he is an unbelievable football player. I just answered that. Neither of them. Yeah, I think. But yeah, like I think one of the greatest football players ever is Stanley Matthews. Have you guys heard of him? Literally, Stanley Matthews is one of England's greatest ever players. He had a ridiculously long career. Stanley Matthews never played for Everton or away. Stanley Matthews played for Stoke, but he had a 30-year career. He started his career when he was 20 in 1935, and he was still playing in the top flight of English football when he was 50. Stanley Matthews played for Stoke, and I'm from India, so love from India. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, bollocks. I pressed the wrong button, guys. There we go. Let's have a look. Stanley Matthews. Here it is. Stanley Matthews died in 2000. Often regarded as one of the greatest players of British game and one of the greatest football players of all time. Won the FA Cup with Blackpool in 1953. Played for Stoke from 1932 to 1947, 51 goals. Played for Blackpool for 14 years, so he had a 29-year career then. Went to Toronto on loan. Went back to Stoke for 5 years. At the end of his career, he had a 33-year career. He scored 71 goals, but played... When he died... Well, Stanley Matthews died in 2000, but his career lasted from when he was 17 to 50. So not many football players can admit that they were still playing at the top level when they were 50. Obviously, the way he kept himself fit is parallel to like Ronaldo now. Everyone says Ronaldo's the greatest athlete. Stanley Matthews played 33 years Stanley Matthews played 33 years in football when a tackle meant they would come in and try and break your legs. When Stanley Matthews started playing football, Dixie Dean, who's Everton's greatest ever player, was still playing. Most of our modern day managers, when he finished his career, people like Sir Alex Ferguson were still playing football. The year he retired, Brian Clough took his first managerial job. Brian Clough, who managed in the top flight for 20 odd years, took Nottingham Forest to 2 Champions Leagues. When Stanley Matthews retired, Brian Clough had just become a football manager. I'd love to reach 7,700 at the moment. That would be an amazing achievement. Yeah, so talk about how crazy this is. Brian Clough retired when he was 30 in 1965 and became a football manager and managed Hartlepool. Stanley Matthews was 20 years older than Brian Clough and still playing in 1965. You know, to have played 15 years for one club and then go to another and spend 50 and then play for 14 years is just ridiculous. Like, he retired the year after Stanley Matthews retired. Like, he played for England. He played for England for 24 years, for 23 years. He played for the United Kingdom 3 times because they had a United Kingdom team for a long time. 2 goals for the Football 11, the Football League 11. Between 1891 and 1976, the best a player from each league position. The Football League 11, the English Football League 11 was a representative side of the Football League. The last team regularly played the team regularly played against the Scottish League 11 and other National League select teams between 1891 and 1976. So the Irish Football League played 83 times. And there was results by tournament. The Scottish League won 42 times, drew 14, lost 19. The All British played once and drew. The rest of the world won 1 game. Wales and Ireland played 1-1. The Football Alliance drew 1. The Southern League played 6, won 4, drew 1, lost 1. The Army 11 won 2. Crazy what they used to do. But yeah, football was mad back in the day. If I buy one of your books, Clemejo, what can I expect the start to be like? What if you buy? Depends what you buy. I can't find your channel on my dad's phone. I have no idea. If you buy one of my books, I can tell you that each one starts differently. So obviously, the first book in my Dawn of Planets series, Angel, the attack from space starts on an alien world. The attack from space starts on an alien world, and you learn about plans to invade Earth from an alien perspective. Vengeance very much starts with Vengeance, which is the second part, which is the second story in the Dawn of Planet series. Vengeance starts with a young girl who's roughly 20, and she's looking after her younger brother, who fat little British guy. I'm fat, I ain't little. I'm taller than 50% of the human race. Well, no, I'm taller than... yeah, over 50% of the human race. So yeah, I'm taller than just over 50% of the human race. So yeah, have a good rest of your day, Marcel. Have a good rest of your day. So yeah, I'm not little. I'm not particularly tall, not particularly short. So I'm just Joe. Anyway, yes. So to answer your question, yeah. Well, I don't need to do a name reveal because it is Joe. Yeah, to answer your question, Angel, if you buy one of my books, each one starts differently. The Doll Maker starts with the disappearance of a young girl. The Doll Maker starts with a disappearance of a young girl. The Attack from Space starts on another planet as you learn about an alien invasion. Dawn of Planets Vengeance starts with a young girl who's taking her. It's not Arnold. Dawn of Planets Vengeance starts with a young girl who's taking her brother to safety because of the alien invasion. The Gathering Storm starts with technical how the world has become more technologically advanced. One's War, which is not out yet, starts with Agent 1 being measured for a new suit. Agent 1, well, no. Agent 1, yeah. The Gathering Storm, sorry. Yeah, it's not American. Dawn of Planets 1's War starts in the tailor shop. Dawn of Planets 1's War starts in the tailor shop. It starts within the tailor shop with Agent 1 being measured, having his waist measured for a new suit. Because he's been offered a new job and he needs a military suit for it. So they're measuring every single thing about him, like, you know, how tall he is, how wide his shoulders are, how, you know, how big his leg is, what his waist is, that's everything. Yeah, Joe Avatar, yeah, that's it, Avatar. It's not, but that would be funny if it was. So that's what it is. So that's what you get. So to answer your question of what you put, well, like, what would you expect from the start to be like? The start is basically setting it up. So would you guys like me to read what the first line is in the Attack from Space? Because I take particular care. I do take particular care, guys, in what the first line is in a book. Would you guys like me to read the first, like, paragraph? I know, I was joking. What's your name? So I'll read the first bit. This is the Attack from Space. So this is the first story in the Dawn of Planets book series. Chapter 1, Darkness Ascending. There are many worlds out there. Some young, some red, some blue, and some that are dead. Across creation there was a planet unlike our own. A world of red skies and red grass that spread across the horizon as far as you could go. Across the whole peninsula was a barren, dying world. There were hills and mountains and lake beds that had dried up. This world was on its last frontier. Half the world had already been battered by the forces of death, while the other half had retained its vast and spectacular terrain. However, even now, the world was close to death. Across this barren, dying world, there were little plunders of life, trying ever so hard to adapt to their changing environments, but all had failed. Nature was finally taking its course. Past the majestic mountains of old were big cities that burst up into the sky. The sky was a solid blue colour, most like our own, except for the odd floating ship flying past now and then. These great cities spanned for miles and miles around. The designs of these cities were extravagant, better than anything we could have dreamt of. This gigantic alien city had many buildings of various shapes and sizes scattered around. It was teeming with life, but not the type of life that would look normal to you and I. There we go. So that's how it starts. You start, as I said, you start on an alien world. You start on an alien world. that I don't think anyone's ever done that before. A story about an invasion on Earth. I don't think anyone's ever started started on the aliens world itself. Don't quote me on it. But starting an alien invasion story, an alien invasion story of an alien invasion of Earth story on an alien planet, you start with the aliens themselves. I don't think that's ever happened before. Does the aliens got boobies? Maybe. Maybe they got 3. Well, they have 4 arms. They have 4 arms and 2 legs, and their body shape's more of a ball. And these aliens are tiny, though. These aliens are tiny. The tallest of these aliens stand only 5 foot, but they've got sharp teeth, so they can just bite. They can just bite straight into you, and they could. They've got lasers, They've got lasers, sharp swords, razor sharp teeth that will just go straight into your skin and pierce your jugular, things like that. Yeah, but I wrote this story was already published. ROA. This story was published before that meme. I published this story back in I published this story on February 29th, 2024, and I specifically published it on Feb 29th just because I saw that it was leap year. It was just a cool idea, guys. So yeah, oh, but that's what it is, Angel. That's how it starts. That's how the story starts. The story starts on an alien world. So if you go and buy the book, it starts on an alien world. It starts with aliens discussing how they're going to invade the planet Earth. And then it goes and cuts to... Then the second chapter cuts to, like, the guy that's going to defend the Earth. And it follows his journey. It follows his journey from hell. It follows his journey from hell and back into the sun. And then the aliens arrive. But that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. That's how the story sort of pans out. But it's brutal in some parts. My favourite character is not the main character. So there's characters in here, guys, that people will love. One of my favourite characters in this book, guys, is the Prime Minister of the UK. One of my favourite characters to write was the Prime Minister of the UK in the story. I love her quotes. I love her speech. Halfway through the book, hello Bryce, welcome to the stream. Halfway through the book, the Prime Minister of the UK states, I always wanted to be a woman of peace, but now fate has decided that I must be a woman of war. And I love that quote so much. I love that quote so much when she says it. Fate has decided that I always wanted to be a woman of peace, but now fate has decided that I must become a woman of war. And I really like the quote. I really like the Prime Minister's quote in that bit. I loved after writing that bit. I loved it because I think that's such a thing. Quotes, yeah. Think about all the people in history that have wanted to be, people of peace, and then they've been forced to have to go to war. And it's one of those, the humans didn't start this invasion, the aliens did. The humans didn't start this war, the aliens did. She said that she wears an L-shaped, an LL-sized bra. She's not really described. The Prime Minister's not really described that much. the Prime Minister's not really described that much. She's described as, well, let me just try and find it. Well, the Prime Minister's not really described. She's described as being roughly 46. She has a bob cut hairstyle with short brown hair and often wore a navy blue dress in her role as Prime Minister. That's literally what she's described as. A hard European fellow. Yeah, the Prime Minister, she's described as having like short brown hair, wears a blue dress, and like 46. Because she became Prime Minister when she was 45. She was the second youngest Prime Minister in nearly 200 years. Well, that would have been until Rishi became Prime Minister, but Rishi's not Prime Minister in my story. What I want to explain to you guys is... Now, I did laugh. I did actually laugh. It just sounded like that because my stomach is making... It's like a chemical battleground. Talking about like storytelling, guys, as well. Basically, world history started... World history up until like 2005 happened in Dawn of Planets. In the Dawn of Planets story, world history happened up until that point. So, you know, George Bush was still president of the United States of America. In Dawn of Planets, like, George Bush was still president, except he was only a one-term president. So it's based like an alternate history story as well. Like, certain parts of human history still happened. Like, Winston Churchill was still Prime Minister of the UK. So basically, everything up until like 2005 happened in my book. So George Bush was still US president. So George Bush was still was US president in Dawn of Planets up until 2005, but then he lost the US election of 2004. So like it's mentioned in Dawn of Planets: The Gathering Storm about Michael B. Hoover. He beats the US. It's mentioned in Dawn of Planets about Michael B. Hoover, president from 2005 to 2007, and it's mentioned that he beat the Republican nominee that had been in president since 2001. Like in the Dollmaker, it's largely kept in the wraps that in my story, The Dollmaker, guys, it's subtly sort of revealed that Trump is still US president. It's subtly sort of revealed that Trump is US president and Starmer is still the British Prime Minister, because I used there's a little bit of the Dollmaker where the British Prime Minister is meeting with the US President and the British Prime Minister apologises. The US President sort of apologises. The US President sort of apologises for a British girl's murder tape being aired on national TV, and it's sort of subtly revealed that it's Trump and Starmer standing together, because I use sort of words words and things that the two of them would normally use. But it's subtly revealed this, like, the two of them. So it's basically I set it in a real world Britain. Except I might have so you just get what I mean? Like, So like, yeah, like world history in Dawn of Planets happens up until 2000. The British Prime Minister, well, the British Prime Minister, I think Margaret Thatcher's mentioned about, I think Margaret Thatcher's mentioned in Dawn of Planets, because it's just alluded this mayor's been mayor for so long that Thatcher was Prime Minister when he took over. So even though Dawn of Planet's fictional, I still mention like I mention like historical figures. I mention like historical figures that would have been Prime Minister at certain points. So everything, basically, the Dawn of Planets series, like everything that happened in reality happened. The only difference is, weren't you called the Lord Imperial of the UK? No, that was a joke. That was a joke, Horroway. But the Lord Imperius is a reference to one of my later stories that I'm writing. So I jokingly made that joke. But yeah, if we're talking about like my science fiction stories, yeah, I jokingly said I want to be called the Lord Emperor of the Greater Britain or something like that. It was a joke, but yeah, I need to go AFK for a minute. It was a mouthful, yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it was a joke, and I said something like, I want to be known as the Lord Emperor of the I want to be called the Lord Imperius, the Lord Emperor of the United States of Great Britain, or something. I want to be called the Lord Imperius. I'm toilet paper, thank you, Bryce. That's really kind of you. But yeah, I might end this stream now, guys, but thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. That's really kind of you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.